Hey guys, good morning. Happy Monday. It's Daryl here. A very happy and peaceful Martin Luther King Day to you all. Let's see if I can get this right. One of my favorite Martin Luther King quotes. An individual really hasn't started to live until he can rise above his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all of humanity. I think I got that right. That's my favorite Martin Luther King quote. It reminds me a lot of Eleanor Roosevelt. Her quote: "Great minds talk about ideas, average minds talk about events, and small minds talk about people." And I have to take myself to task right there. When I do videos like the one I did yesterday, it's a fire in my heart when I see somebody like Mike Lindell. I'm not going to get into him again, but when I see somebody like that, I think it really aggravates all of us to where we've come as a country. And and I know in my heart that just picking on one man like I did yesterday and just using my own opinions and ideas to tear down somebody I don't like, I know that's not the right thing to do. When I woke up this morning, I see the views were good. I see, the first video did really good. I still don't feel good. In my heart, I know it's not right. All right, enough about that. Like I said, a happy and peaceful Martin Luther King Day to you all. I got something great to say. It appears I was very concerned. I really was very concerned about yesterday, January 17th. There had been a lot of internet buzz, a lot about, especially from the far right, about going to the state capitals, and not just DC, but to the state capitals in particular. All the state here in Hartford, Connecticut. It's we're not known for our protests or for being, we're pretty laid back here, a blue state, and our capital was boarded up. There was thousands of state troopers and guards all around our capital yesterday. Now, nothing really happened. As I combed through all the news this morning. There was, seriously, a few people in Colorado, a few people in Ohio, maybe one in Wisconsin, one in Minnesota. I'm not sure if I got those states right, but at the most, I think I saw a group of maybe 12 protesters, with maybe two of them armed, hanging out for a few hours and then calling it a day. I saw some quotes that people heard from these people, and I heard there was one in one of the articles I read that somebody there at I think it might have been in Wisconsin overheard one of these solitary protesters saying, they were prepared for us this time. And it makes me wonder why the hell we weren't last time. Why the hell we knew this was coming for months. Trump promised a wild time on January 6th. Let me refer now to a bulwark. It's a conservative website, which is why I don't know of it too much. It's a conservative never Trumper website, and they did a video, the Bulwark, Bulwark, and they did a video concerning Trump and his tendency towards violence, and it's very telling. All of his quotes talking about beating the hell out of this one, and I'll pay his hospital bills. And back in the old, I love in the old days when somebody like that would be brought out of here in a stretcher. And now him and all of his supporters are trying to back up and change the narrative on what really happened on January 6th. Okay, so yesterday was a calm, peaceful day across the country, and I thank God and I thank the people of America for that. Could I get my hopes up and hope that maybe people saw what happened on January 6th and something actually clicked? I don't know if I could actually be that hopeful. We still have a few days to go. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Today being Martin Luther King Day, You know, in years before, we had celebrations, picnics, parades for Martin Luther King Day. Now, with the COVID 19 virus, that's not going to happen. And I don't know if that's almost for the better. I hate to say that. But if there were more Martin Luther King Day parades, that might bring out the far right nastiness of Trumpism to protest or whatever they I hate to say this, but I don't put anything past them. So anyway, due to COVID-19, there's not going to be the usual Martin Luther King Day celebrations as we knew them. Okay, so it was a calm day yesterday, and like I said, could we have learned? Now, here's an interesting thing. The New Yorker came out with a 12-minute video. It's all over the news this morning. I don't know. I've never seen anything more pitiful, more disgusting, more heartbreaking. And there's some anger when I watch it. You guys will see this somewhere today. It's a 12-minute video, The New Yorker. And it's one of the New Yorker's reporters moving through with these people on January 6th through the doors. It has them confronting police officers as soon as they get through, telling it's the Trump protesters, the Trump rioters, telling these officers, "We're here because of your boss." And you know, the way they phrase it's so Orwellian, authoritarian. Okay, and then this is the part two. They move into the Senate chamber, and it just gets pitiful. Remember when I talked to you guys too, and I was telling you guys, I was talking about programming. You know, without a doubt, in this video, you hear over and over again, we're here because of Trump. We're here under Trump's orders. You hear it over and over again, and watching these videos, it's perfectly clear. It's perfectly clear that if it were not for Donald Trump, this event on January 6th would have never happened. Okay, so they get into the Senate chambers, and one of the saddest, most pitiful things I've ever seen was a group of maybe six of these protesters, Trumpers, gathered around a desk, rifling through the paperwork, trying to find some evidence on vote tampering. And you hear them talking. And one guy thinks that the name is Cruz Hawley. Not Ted Cruz or Josh Hawley, but Cruz Hawley. Yeah. And so they're rifling through this paperwork in the Senate. Like I said, this is a new video. And one of the rioters says, "Oh, there's got to be something we could use here on these expletives." You know, they see a name here or there. They have no clue what they're looking for. They have no basic understanding how this chamber even works. There's a lone guard and that shaman idiot with his headdress that we see over and over again. We kind of see it from a different angle. And we see his buddy filming him screaming, you know, because we've all seen that picture of him screaming. I think they use it for promotion too. You know, this guy in the headdress looking all wild. We're taking back you know. And they show his buddy, you know, and when you actually hear that idiot, you know, we've seen the picture where he's got his big mouth open and his painted face and he's screaming. All right, and it somehow it looks fierce, you know, and I think the far right likes that. But when you actually hear that whiny voice, that screeching voice, and you see his buddy actually filming it, yeah, it takes the fierceness right out of that video. Let me tell you, seeing it from another angle, those pictures. It's sad, like I said. And then there's a lone policeman trying to convince this shaman to get out of Vice President Pence's seat. The cop goes, "Look, this is the most sacredest chamber in the Senate. and the shaman just writes him off. Pence is a traitor, and and he just poo-poos the guard. You hear the protesters say, "Hey, they're screwing with the cop because they know they outnumber him," and they say to the cop, they say, "You should be doing something about us." And the cop counts. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he goes 1. Making it obvious I'm outnumbered. There's not a whole lot I could do here. And you could see the protesters toying with this cop that's there to defend the sanctity of our Senate that's been in place for over 240 years. It's disgusting, man. But the thing to take away from this, I wonder why this video came out the day after the 17th, when there was supposed to be more protests. Because this video is very telling. It's got the sound. It's 12 minutes long, and it just shows the ineptitude, the ignorance, the total lack of knowledge on our government. Most of all, it shows that they were under a programming. They were there to go get into the Capitol, and then as they go through the Capitol, they pound on doors. They're spouting off silly stuff like "knock knock, we're here," and "where the hell's Nancy?" But they have no goal, no political goal whatsoever. They were just following Trump's direction to get inside the Capitol, and then you see these. I talked about this before. They wander around aimlessly because they won't run out of direction. These guys had no political objective. They had no real idea of why they were there or what they were looking for, other than to commit acts of violence, for revenge, for their votes being stolen. This video, I think, is going to help all of America see Trump and for what he is. It's this one lone narcissist that used American patriotism for his own power. All right, I see I've run long. I got so much more to talk about, including the mail. I want to talk about the mail, some of the Christmas presents not getting here for another 6 weeks. And yeah, I want to talk about this caravan coming up here and how it all ties back to Trump. I'll be back with another video. You guys have a good Monday. Happy Martin Luther King Day and a peaceful one.